I think the challenge for mobile operators right now is that a lot of people are saying they're not innovative enough, and they're facing a lot of disruption from digital transformation, let's say. So if you think of some of them are turning into fintechs, some are working on AI, there's a lot of different things going on in the digital transformation world. And what we wanted to do with this symposium, Road to 2030, was really try to explain everything to them, for them to best be able to manage their strategies for the next 8 years as we get into 2030. What should they be doing? What should we expect to see? And so this is the reason behind. We do in our events always a strategy day where we present a lot of insights, and they can get a good understanding of the macro, the micro, the local environments. Well, I think the key one is not to listen too much to the hype. You have to do your own research. You have to think what is important for your customer base, right? And you could get bogged down very easily with all of the hype. As we think about our industry specific, there is a lot of talk of Web 3.0. There's various different things coming up, which 6G is already being talked about. So, you could get easily bogged down with this. And what you need to do is think about your customers, focus on what is important to them and what they're asking for, as opposed to, I need to do this because my competitor is doing it, or because I feel like the industry is talking about it. In the last 20 or so years, we've spent so much time following hype and thinking about things which may never emerge. So we need to spend a little bit more time focusing and doing our own research. It's quite interesting for me how in the industry we see a lot of vendors turning into generalists instead of specialists. So what we see is companies wanting to offer all the solutions the operator could want, which is a very ambitious goal. But it often puts them in a position where they're not specializing in anything. This analogy always, generalist or specialist, which should you focus on? So when vendors choose to be generalists, they sometimes lose customers to more specialist companies who are working specifically on that solution. And I think that's a trend that we've seen happen over and over again in our industry. And my question would be to not necessarily focus on trying to monopolize the market, but to focus on your research, your development, in order to make the most innovative solutions you can. Now, we talk in ROCCO about 3 levels of innovation: incremental, breakthrough, and transformational. An incremental thing is something that most vendors are doing year on year. They're developing their solutions a little bit more. It's an incremental innovation. A breakthrough is really where they do something different, others may follow, others may actually think about it and want to do that. And then transformational. And transformational changes the entire industry. It changes everything we do. We have to think in a different way. There's nothing transformational in the innovations that we see today. But there's some breakthrough solutions. And it's down for the lions, the AT&T, MTN, Reliance, Joe, who are going to analyze those solutions and decide or not whether they merit them. So.